My reflection is I am very happy in this country. When I came here, the very first day that I knew that I was going to stay here, I felt free, I felt safe, protected, and I knew this was going to be my second home. And I haven't changed my mind in all these years, and I feel very grateful to this country. And I love the multiculturalism here. I love the different cultures. I love the Chinese culture. I love the Indian culture. I love the people from Iraq. It's just fascinating to me, to see all this diversity, the foods. You don't have to go to Europe. You don't have to travel. I shouldn't be thinking in this way because I must travel, right? I should travel, but I don't feel the need because I have all this diversity and fascinating place. And the most important for me would be I don't feel that I'm an immigrant here because almost everybody here are immigrants. So I don't feel it. I just feel like at home, in a place where it's all right to be and it's safe to be. And you're welcome anyways, because everybody doesn't speak the English in the perfect way, almost everybody. And so I don't feel bad when I don't, do the right questions or something like that. I'm happy here. I didn't discover that skill because of the immigration, because I used to paint since I was in Mexico. And but I must say that being here, when I was here, I started thinking, this is my chance to be an artist. And because I was married to Douglas, my husband, he always encouraged me, he always inspired me, and he was always, thinking, Miralda, you should paint. Miralda, come on, go to Emily Carr. And then I started thinking, yes, I should. Why not? He believed in me. And sometimes when you are an artist, the only thing you need is one person to believe in you, to become full potential, and to believe in yourself like in any other moment in your life. And I started painting. I just want people to feel what I felt when I was painting, what I thought when I was painting, my state of mind, my state of my heart, the state of my heart. Because when I paint, I try to be completely in another state. I try to be free of worry. I try to be, my mind has to be clear. What I want to transmit in my paintings is the adaptation, is happiness, tranquility, and power. I never thought before that I was going to find somebody that was going to become my soulmate. We speak different languages. He speaks English, I speak Spanish, but he went to UBC and studied philosophy. I also studied that. He studied architecture. I studied design. He likes to paint. He loves music. I like to paint. I love music. So we had a common ground with all these things that we liked it, and that was our language. That was our power, and that was just wonderful. And I was very lucky to meet him. Doug was working as an architect. I was painting and full time, and I was going to Emily Carr, and he was my inspiration, and everything. Our life was normal life, happy life. He was bringing home the bacon, and a very good bacon, and no worries. We didn't have any worry. And suddenly, he went to the dentist for a dental thing, and 5 days later he was in coma. And he stayed at the hospital for 6 months. And I went to the hospital every day for 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours. And suddenly I found myself talking to doctors and talking to nurses as if I were, part of them. And it was totally new for me because I was an immigrant. But I said, I can do all this. It's new. It was a very different situation for me, but I had to be at his side. And he is here right now. He's doing better. He survived. We survived. And we have a whole life ahead of us to continue. When this was happening in 2012, 2013, I felt like if I were in a boat, and this boat were in the middle of a storm, in the middle of the night, with a lot of lightnings and the waves like this, and my husband and I, we were in these waves, trying to hold ourselves with whatsoever. And me, I was, taking care of him all the time and praying to God to help him. And but that is over. Now I feel like we are still in the boat, but the waters are relaxed, are resting, and we can see the harbor. We can see a direction where to go. We are still in the boat. We are still going over there, but we are going. I never thought that I was going to resist what I have lived in 2012 and 2013, and now I never thought I was going to be this stronger, to be honest. When I was at the hospital, one day the chief of the nurses, she called me aside and she said to me, Miralda, excuse me for this question, but we have to make it to you. We've been thinking, are you a doctor? And I said, I'm not a doctor. And he said, we think so, because the way you behave, the questions you make, you seem like you are a doctor. We just want to present our respect to you. I was surprised. When she said that to me, I was surprised about myself. And I said, oh my God, am I doing this, like this? Maybe. I didn't know where I got all that strength, to be honest, but I did. So I went ahead of myself. And yes, I think I am stronger, a little bit more vulnerable in the way suffering made you be a little bit vulnerable, but stronger. Our relationship have strength, has become more solid. We are now, so connected with each other, because why? When you are in the ocean and the waters are like this, and you hold his hand and he holds your hand and you hold hands together, and you are the only persons that you can hold to, then that person becomes very important to you. Then that person becomes, everything to you in that moment. My culture, my colors, my adaptation to this country, my happiness to be here, my happiness that my husband and I, we made it. And I can see myself in a lot of exhibitions and selling a lot of paintings and being very successful. And just, I can see people coming and, Miralda, please paint a painting for me. Sure. When you come to this country, sometimes you come with your baggages. Sometimes you think, well, I was a professor in Mexico, I had a house, things like that. And sometimes when you come here, you notice that you don't have any of that. So you are just by yourself, and you are just who you are, just the person you are in that moment, without the house, without the car, without the career, without the studies, even sometimes without your last name. Because sometimes in our countries, our last names are very important. But when you are here, who are you? What? Miralda. Forget about my last name, right? Well, you learn to be who you really are. You learn to be that person that you are really. Rely on that. Rely on your kindness. Rely on your faith. Rely on your own strength. Never rely on things that can disappear, that can, be shaken. Rely on the things that are forever.